quickly. When I play full guard or close guard, my right leg sits over my left leg as a general, because you understand now I'm going to pass my guard to my right to their left. Secondly, I'll always try and keep control of this sleeve here. Once again, I try and pass my guard to my right, so I've got the ability to control. And here, when my hand goes in, I'm not doing this way, I'm doing a bicep curl to keep the posture from here. I'll pull my partner in and I keep the arm sharp and deep. I'm not trying to pull the arm up here. Try to keep the arm in nice and deep from here. As I pull my partner down, they'll generally try and get posture by pushing up. One hand goes straight across the collar. Squeeze and the choke's pretty much off. So from here, once again, is my right foot. If you can't see guys, come down this side here, it's easy to see. Just right in front of the camera. Okay. So from here, right leg, why do I grab the sleeve first instead of the collar first? Two things. If I try and grab the collar and he sits backward, it puts tension on my legs, I have to sit up. So this is easier for him to defend. Number two, it's this. He'll generally have the grips first, which makes it easy. I can now pull forward to get my control. Put all my weight onto him, shove the arm in nice and deep. As I feel him start to get posture, my hand shoots across. I grab the back of the neck, not sideways. So from here, I'm not trying to grab here, which is open. I'm trying to put my hand this way to get grip. My elbows go to my belt, my hands go to my chin. My elbows go to my belt, my hands come to my chin. I rehash my guard nice and tight. As he tries to defend it, I slow squeeze, and the choke's pretty much on straight away. One more time. My right leg over my left leg. I grab hold of the sleeve, punch it in, move my hand in nice and deep, get the collar and sleeve control. Punch the hand in to break his posture, pull forward. As he tries to push off the ground, my hand shoots through, turns the corner, my elbows go to my belt, my hands come to me, re-squeeze and choke. So, this way, not this way. This way, not this way. Yes, Carissa? No, we're doing a slap on the back. So once I'm here, is the collar's going to have this little lump on it, and that's done by this hand, pulls it up. So I'm just trying to grab it, no thumb in, from here. Yes, sir. Yeah, the sleeve control, right? So in IFBJJ and AFBJ, I cannot put my finger inside the collar of his hands or the sleeve. You get penalised for it. So I need to make sure I'm holding it this way. My hand's always along the forearm. It's not here. He can swing his hand left, right, over, under, etc. Where if I go here, this is very hard for him to contract the arm, but also his wrist locks are easy. Now, see that? So the first thing he does is he retracts the arm, which is why the arm's in here, because it's going to go that way anyway. So, thumb, 4 fingers, pin, goes in, pull, here, slap on the back, elbows go to my belt, wrist go to my head, squeeze. I always like to be slightly off center. So the arm that he needs to defend to push the elbow up high is underneath the body. So if he tries to push it, it's the wrong way. It's very hard for him to defend it. Yes, Carissa? Yes? Yep. So the question for me, Carissa, is what happens if I can't grip the collar with my right hand, my second hand? So, close it up, get the control, thumb, pull it, nice and deep, off center, pull in, slap on the back. Now, you start raking your fingers along their back like that, so an itch, you can't scratch. And that will eventually get hold of the collar. Do you feel that? So if there's nothing here, I go slap on the back and I rake my fingers. So that's going to end up getting hold of the gi, the bra strap, the t-shirt, something. My elbow comes in. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
On the side, guys. One. Anytime that my thumb is facing up, he's going to drop his jaw down. I'm not going to get the stroke. Right. So I need to make sure it's thrown underneath. The best way to make sure it's thrown underneath is turn. When I get here, but the biggest fault I see people is they think it's strong, so they start pulling their elbows apart and squeezing. What I want to do is take the space away. So from here, it says, I pull my hands forward, I dig my elbows in. So here, squeeze. So the choke. It doesn't have to be like, done. Sometimes because people are tough, stubborn, big neck, it's going to take 3 or 4 seconds for the choke to come off. I've got a 10-second rule. I'll squeeze your head for 10 seconds, I'll let go, and I'll squeeze it again for 10 seconds. So, 10-second rule. Same as when food falls on the floor, 10 seconds.
Depends on what it is.
That is true. And depends on where it is.
Yeah.
So, 1, 2, 3. Shoot it, grip it, nice and deep. Elbows go to my elbows. Elbows come right out, open in. Dig off centre. Once I'm off centre, the choke's a lot better. If I'm front centre, it takes a little while. It still will work, but it takes a while. So can you feel the difference on off centre? Here. So what I'm doing is my knee collapses, and I'm being nice and down. We'll put on. So this is, I've loosened the choke off a fair bit, but we're just going to test it. So 1, oh. Okay. So. Okay, but I've loosened that off as well. It's not real because it's allowing me to get my grip and it's not fighting me. It's not a real situation. But it's generally like about a 10-second, they should either be dead or sleeping if you've done that choke. Right, okay. Let's try it again. Grab a new partner, guys. 1, 2, 3. One of the most common things is that people are going to try and get distance or push away, and this opens up the options and possibilities for sweeps, arm bars and triangles. So once again is thumb, control from out, trying to break it down. So he'll generally go to hand on to me as far as a posture and try and push away, so grip break and try and push away. Does that kind of make sense? So from here, I like hand, the grip breaks, well, pushes away, holds it down, starts to create space. As he does that, I simply turn and I look for my scissor sweep. So the motion that he has moving backwards and creating space past guard, I'm using that to sweep. Slow motion, let's have a look at it. So anytime that I've got the control and he may or may not grip break and he starts to create the guard pass. So what? So he has to move backwards at some stage from here. So I've got the arm on this side, you can't post on this side. The mistake, here, the biggest thing I see people do is a mistake, they pull forwards and they try and kick their partner and try and sweep. So I'm loading him up onto my own leg and I'm trying to kick my leg. So think about this way instead is, I'm going to turn my nose towards the ground. I'm going to bring my top leg over my bottom leg. I turn my nose to the ground and bring my top leg over my bottom leg. And again. Full guard, good breaks, boom, initiates guard pass from here, create space, hip escape. My nose goes to the ground, my top leg goes over. Now, I've got the ability to keep the arm, so if he tries to scramble to the top position, I've got back takes, I've got so much stuff from here to be able to do the constant scramble. And then just moving the arm to the other side. What we're going to focus on today is get to the top position of the sweep. So, sleeve, collar, rib break, form, from here, as it starts to, elbow comes in, hip escape, nose goes to the ground, this leg goes low, my other leg goes high, scissor motion, comes down. We should have the ability to look for our Kimura or armbar position from here. Is everyone okay to have a shot at that? 1, 2, 3. Thanks, fighters. It's not your fault. So sometimes people work out ways to stop the move and stop the stroke, and sometimes we've got to modify what we're doing to work their current. If the same sweep works all the time, we'll just teach that one sweep. They'll be the only sweep that everyone in the world will win. As soon as they've got the grip, they're like, oh, instead of sweeping, they'll just fall over. So, fortunately for us, it doesn't work like that. Mr. Fogarty, come inside. I'm going to give you two options, depending on what my partner does, because it's not my fault. Grip, it creates a little bit of space. Turn, I'm like, we're good. Form, I'm like, try, and he's like, no way, man. He's hunkered down. My legs, I can't get my foot to the knee, he's blocked it out. This is terrible. So think about it this way. The best thing I can say to is use my assets. I pull the arm towards me, I go straight back into my full guard. Rescue. Number one, go back to where you were. That. Number two, if I'm here and he's hunkered down, I'm having trouble, it's this, I push with my hands, I take my bottom knee to my chest. Boom, get on the knee, push the knee, start your sweep. Option three, which is extremely difficult if you're not good at jiu-jitsu, is this. I'm going to kick my right leg as far as I can, extend both my hands above my head. Kick my right leg, extend my hands above my head, start to come up onto the back side. Now, whatever you do, it's very difficult to climb the mountain. I can do like So I make the mountain come to me. 1, 2, push, and now I can climb it because I've created space. So the two choices, thank you, Steve. So, is his grip broken? I'm here, I'm trying to do my sweep. Okay, first things first is this, is I go pull, retract, close guard. I've lost nothing. If I feel he's got his elbow on the inside of my knee, I'm like, man, I'm not going to be able to. But I go like this, I bring my knee to my chest, I push up, knee, kick, turn, come on top, lock it up, Kimura. Third option, this is for the advanced crew, advanced guys, here, lock it out. So I go this, I kick my right leg, my bottom leg, as long as I can, I extend, take the arms over, from here, grab, go climb on top of the mountain, 1, 2, pull, bring the mountain to me. You can't see, but I've got a double lapel choke on Simon. I've won the fight. He just doesn't know it. So, number 1, learn to rescue your guard. Number 2, learn to kick the knee out. Number 3, don't climb on top of the mountain, bring the mountain to you. This is one of my go-tos. I've used this since I was at Purple Belt. It's high level, highly effective. It goes plan A and plan B. The thing I like about it is it works on their actions and reactions at most levels. Jody, inside my guard. If you can't see guys, come out to the side. I change the tactics, I shoot my right hand low, instead of trying to get my left hand high, I shoot my right hand low. I pull forward, I go fishing. The whole kick on this one is this. Once I have control of my right hand, so I go right hand, left hand goes over, I pull my right elbow up, I slide my left hand in super deep. I now grip it. As I pull down, my partner trying to keep his hands on me or the ground and try and push up. As I push up, I grip to the sleeve. This is the second way to get it. Because I've got control on him, I'll plant my feet, hip escape slightly away, do a sweep, let it go, bring them, and choke him. The choke is ultra fast, it's really good, a really good competition style. So what I'm doing this though is it's mid-range, not high, not low, mid-range. Turn my elbow open so it opens up again. My elbow's closed, it closes up again. So open, hand goes in. I say go fishing, so pull, rip, got it. Hard as I can, pull down. As my partner posts up on me, get my grip, hip escape, go to my sweep. Now, this is really easy. Sweep and let it go, swing my head. Sweep, let it go, swing my head. So I can pretty much choke him from here. The choke's already on. But I like to be safe. On the back, squeeze my knees together. Make sure that he's alive because the choke's pretty much on. Slow squeeze. Now, come here, let's choke your flavors. So it's always mid-range for this grip. So it's always mid-range. And the reason being is I've explained, sometimes you've got high range, I can't get the control, they can grip fight in that as well. Mid-range, so she might go, oh, grip fight, so they click, my hand goes in. Okay, go fishing, I open up my hand, pull, till it's nice and deep. Keep the tension, both hands pull forward. She'll push off my hips to try and get the tension. Grab hold, elbow comes in, feet, turn and throw. So I'm kicking it with my leg. This is the hardest part from here is this. My hand shoots forward, my leg shoots forward, my knee clamps. From here. So I'm going to go in here. My hand shoots forward, my leg shoots forward, I clamp. Off center. So my left knee is driving in. I've already got the grip brake on top of her. I slowly drive my elbows into my belt and flip my wrist, and the choke pretty much comes on. If she tries to push up and get away, I just close the space. But really hard to defend. One more time. So, mid-range, high, make sure my elbows open, go fishing, get nice grip, pull hard. As I get that posture, grip, feet go down, turn, let it go. Squeeze my knees through. So this motion is done here is I kick my leg, I shoot my leg, and I pull, my knee squeezes to keep off center. Get a grip, close the space up, come in nice and deep, slow squeeze. Okay, 1, 2, 3. But it's high percentage, you're going to get something out of something like that. So for me, it was, he's keeping his elbows super tight inside my legs. So I'm kind of having a little bit of issues moving, and I kind of don't want to open my legs up too far because he'll pass my guard. I get my controls. Now, this is the hardest part about my wrist. I've got to do this relatively fast. So I talk you through it. I turn to my right hand side, I bring my right knee on my left knee to my left elbow. I turn to my right hand side, my left knee to my left elbow. Drive my left knee into his stomach, kick it, switch. So it's not like I have to shoot, this has to be done smoothly. Because my fist is still in this side on the triangle comes on quite fast as well, and there's a fulcrum for the arm bar too. So we're inside, I've got my grip. He's playing what called box guard. So he's inside the box, and normally I open my legs up, he lays his elbows and he gets past the guard. So instead of that, I kind of go turn, bring it up. So it's hard for him to land my knee because it's up high. I drive my knee through his chest and kick my leg straight and pull. If you're having trouble, keep your foot onto the hip, and this will allow you to kick off the hip and turn. Because my hand is still in the collar, once I lock up a triangle choke, the choke is basically coming on from the fist. It will hurt your hand a little bit, but nothing compared to what I'm doing to his neck. Right. People go, oh man, that's really hurting my hand. I'm like, yeah, so imagine what he's feeling. So,
Yeah, I'd like to.
Okay. Full guard, and he's playing box guard, so his elbows inside. This for me is, I don't want to open up my legs, I don't want to go too far to the sweep, because once he flares my legs open, he's in pass mode and I'm in defense mode. So to make it work is to stop him from being able to push my right leg out, I turn to my right hand side. So if he uses his right elbow to push the leg, it's pushing it into, his left elbow, it's pushing it into his own leg. I bring my knee in and I make sure it's over my elbow. Drive my knee into his chest and kick. Boom, pull. My hand is already in the position. So once I cinch the triangle up, it's already here. Second thing about it is this, right? If I feel that I can't get the triangle, I undo 1 and 2, my hand just goes straight back in and I choke him with the clock. So if triangles aren't your thing, I just go back to my clock. Of course I've got the one arm in, it's very hard for him to defend it. And again, you okay that done? So 1, 2, dip it out to the side, knee over my elbow, drop my knee into his chest, kick and pull. If I want to, I can back it up, you don't have to. Pull, bring my heel over my knee. So if I just don't bring it down the back, that's not a triangle. Over the knee. Rehash, kick, lock it up. Turn my wrist to the ceiling, squeeze from here. If I'm having trouble, I undo, lock it up, hand goes through. Change partners, 1, 2, 3. Triangles won't work if the person has broad shoulders or is not traditionally they won't work. You know, in fact, they'll probably put themselves into a triangle to pass his arm. So that's why we have options and different moves, and that's why I go back to collar choke. One of my favourites, when I first started teaching this was a higher percentage weight to fix the triangle on a bigger person. But once there's levels, so sometimes to get too big, the triangle just won't work. So let's not go please. This was something I played around with for a little while. So I caught Steve accidentally in the triangle. I friggin' didn't mean to. But I'm like, man, don't want to be here. How good's that? I caught him in a triangle, but I don't want to be here. So now what? He says, if Steve can drive my knee to my shoulder, this is really bad. So I want to put a frame system in straight away so that it's harder for him to do that. That's number one. Oh, sorry, number one is keep the arm. Number 2, frame system. This is something that when I got taught this, it revolutionized my triangles. So what I do from here is I push, I turn, I lock it up. Now, what the traditional triangle is squeeze my knees. What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my hips, squeeze my knees and put the feet on the ground. So I raise my hips, squeeze my knees and put the feet on the ground. It changes the whole dynamics of the triangle. So traditionally I'm like, squeeze the knees, and he goes, well, I'll just crush you and walk around. Man, I had it, I was that close. So I go here, no wait, frame, here, raise my hips. It's different, hey. So I'm not completing the triangle. So, mistake number 2, I catch this guy in the triangle. I'll block it out, bring my foot over, raise my hips and squeeze. So here, the arm bar or the triangle. So here, I'm blocking out the frame. I catch the triangle, I'm like, man. So think about it this way, it's not even a good triangle. I'll block out the frame. I'll raise my hips, I'll squeeze my knees. From here. Okay. Once I the triangle, look. I block him out. This is the part, it's this. I have this. It's a bad triangle. So what I'm doing is, to close this space up, I engage my core and I raise my hips, number 1. So there's not much point squeezing my knees because it does absolutely nothing. So number 1, block them out, raise my hips to cinch it up. Squeeze my knees, put my feet on the ground. So now, It's a difference. And I haven't done it, I'm just squeezing my knees. So anytime where here is bad triangle, block him out. Raise my hip so not the arm in position. Squeeze my knees, put my feet on the floor, squeeze. Now, first thing about it, I just come go here, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It's a slower choke, but I'm putting him into position. It's very hard to do. So I need to raise my hips first of all, so that I can't, I can't play. Number two, knee squeeze. Is this, is all I'm doing is right, so I squeeze my knees. To close the space up, I put my feet onto the ground. So I need to make sure that my core is raised, so that my hips are off the ground. From here, I have a good core. That means you can't pull the arm out. Number two is this. Put my knees together, put my feet on the ground. Once I'm here, I can walk my feet to change the angle to put the choke on. 1, 2, 3.